The best gift would be this, if you walked away from our family. My name is Stuart. I am 57 and I run a small plumbing supply shop in Charlotte, North Carolina. Kevin said it the day before my daughter's wedding. Not during a fight, not loud, not angry, just flat and cold like he was ordering a coffee. I stood in the hotel lobby after the rehearsal dinner. Sophia, my daughter, was upstairs, probably calling her friends about last-minute details. Kevin pulled me by the elevators, away from everyone. "I am serious, Stuart," he said. "Sophia and I would be better off without your constant interference." I had paid toward the wedding for 8 months, about $85,000. The venue, the food, the flowers, photos, band, and the trip. He knew. He watched me sign every check. Interference. I kept my tone even. "You think I try to own you because I pay? You say you do not need my help." That cut deep. It was not charity. It was love. But to Kevin, everything was a deal or a power move. He had been like that since day one. I was an ATM with opinions. "Maybe you're right," I said. My voice made him pause. He expected a fight. He expected me to beg or promise to back off. Instead, I took out my phone. "What are you doing?" he asked. "Granting your wish?" I scrolled my contacts. "You want me gone? Fine. When I go, everything I brought goes with me." His face changed. For the first time in months, he looked unsure. He finally blinked. "What do you mean?" I tapped the first number. The planner answered on the second ring. "Hello? This is Stuart Patterson. Please cancel all services for tomorrow. Yes, all of them, effective now." Kevin grabbed my arm. "Wait, what are you
Doing? I pulled free and kept calling. Next was the caterer, then the florist. He stood there, mouth open, as I unwound 8 months of plans in 10 minutes. "You said you would be better off without me," I said. "Let's see." The elevator opened. I stepped in and faced him. He looked pale. He finally saw what he had lost. Not just me, everything. "The trip is paid through Sunday," I said, as the doors closed. "After that, you are on your own." I went to my room and started to pack. By morning, I would be gone. Just like he asked. I'd been planning since Sophia got engaged 14 months ago. My late wife, Caroline, would have loved to see our daughter in white, walking the aisle at St. Peter's Cathedral. Caroline passed 3 years ago, cancer. I buried myself in work after. The business kept me busy, but Sophia kept me human. When she brought Kevin home 2 years ago, I tried to like him. He was polite at first. He worked in marketing at a tech firm. He dressed well. He said the right things, but small moments bothered me. He ordered for Sophia without asking. He checked his phone mid-talk. He brushed off her memories or stories about her mom. I told myself every dad thinks no man is good enough. But the signs got louder after the engagement. He turned dinners into board meetings, always steering talk to his wins or to his next plan. When Sophia wanted a traditional Catholic ceremony, he rolled his eyes and said, "We'll keep it simple." She looked hurt but said nothing. That was when I stepped in to fund it. I told them I wanted to give them the kind of day Caroline would have wanted for her daughter, would have planned.
Sophia cried and hugged me. Kevin shook my hand, said all the right words, but his smile never reached his eyes. As months passed, a pattern showed up. He complained to Sophia that I meddled any time I weighed in on vendors, but he never complained when I paid. Soon he started asking for upgrades, better wine, larger band, nicer photos, first-class flights for the trip, with me footing the bill, of course. At the same time, he pushed the line and showed me less respect. Last month I asked about the cost of his weekend trip to Miami. He said, "If you cannot afford it, just say so." I had paid for that too. About $4,000 for him and his friends. 3 days of drinks and cards. Sophia did not see it. She was buried in planning and work and keeping peace. When I hinted he was ungrateful, she defended him. She said, "He's stressed. The planning is a lot." I knew better. It was not hard on him. He was not planning anything. He showed up, agreed, nodded, then complained later about details he never read. He did not engage. He judged. The night before rehearsal dinner, I heard him on the phone, likely his best man. "After tomorrow, I won't have to pretend to like the old man anymore," he said. Sophia feels bad about her mom, so she lets him play planner, whatever keeps him busy. That was my line. Kevin had to go. I didn't know he'd make it so easy. That night, I sat on the bed staring at my phone. 11 missed calls from Kevin, 7 from Sophia. I turned the ringer off after the third call. The voicemails told it all. First, Kevin, in a panic. "Stuart, we need to talk. There's been a mistake. Call me back." Then Sophia, confused. "Dad, Kevin says you—"
Cancel the wedding. That cannot be right. Please call me. Then Kevin again, angry now. "This is insane. You cannot do this to your own daughter. You are having a breakdown." Finally, Sophia, crying. "Daddy, please, I do not know what happened, but we can fix it. This is my wedding day. Please, do not do this to me." That last one hurt. But I'd been hurting for months, watching Kevin treat my help as owed, and treat me like the hired help. Sophia deserved better than a man who viewed her family as obstacles. I called her back at midnight. "Dad, thank God. Kevin says you canceled everything. Tell me it is not true." "It is true, sweetheart." She went silent. Then, "Why? What happened?" "Your fiancé told me the best gift I could give was to disappear. So I did, and I took my gifts with me." "He did not mean it that way. He was stressed." "No, he meant it. He has meant it for months." I heard Kevin in the back whispering, telling her what to say to get the money back. "Dad, even if he was thoughtless, this is my wedding. You are punishing me for his mistake." "No, I'm protecting you from a man who thinks your father is disposable as long as the money is not." "That is not him." "It is exactly him. And if you marry him, you will learn that the hard way for the next 10 years. She was quiet for a long time. Then her voice came back, smaller. "What happens now?" "Now you decide. Do you marry a man who cannot fund the day he planned, or do you wait for someone who values what you value?" She took a breath. "The church is paid for through next month. Vendors too. We can reset the date. We can make a better choice, one that is ours, not his. The church is paid for through next month." I
Added this, "If you want a small ceremony with people who truly love you, I will gladly pay for that. But I will not fund another day of Kevin treating your family like a burden." "I need time to think," she said. "That is all I wanted, for you to think." I hung up and loaded my truck. By dawn, I would be at my mountain cabin, 3 hours away. Kevin wanted me gone. Now he could explain to 200 guests why the groom's pride killed the bride's dream day. Some lessons come with a high price. At 5 in the morning, I awoke to 37 calls. The ceremony was set for 2 in the afternoon. Vendors would reach the site and find doors locked and contracts void. My phone buzzed. Sophia again. "Dad, I'm at the church. Father Mitchell says you canceled the ceremony. The florist left. She said you told her not to deliver the flowers." "That is correct," I said. "The caterer is threatening to sue over the deposit. Kevin's parents are driving from Tennessee. My bridesmaids are in their rooms crying." I felt sick, but I chose this line. "What is Kevin saying?" He's calling around. He thinks we can pay vendors directly and pull them back." "With what money?" I asked. Silence. Then, soft. "He's trying to get a loan." Kevin finally hit the wall. He would learn the true cost when someone else wasn't paying. Sophia, listen, I did not cancel to hurt you. I canceled his wedding to protect you. What is the difference? She asked. Marriage is two families joining. He made it clear mine was not welcome. So I took my family and my checkbook and left. But you're my family too, she said. Exactly. And he asked me to vanish from it. Another call beeped in. Kevin. I need to switch, I said. Pay attention to what he does under pressure. When people are pressed, they show you who they are. Believe them, I answered Kevin. Stuart, you made your point. Now fix it. Fix what? I asked. Do not play dumb. You know what you did. I did what you asked. I disappeared, like you wanted. I did not mean cancel the wedding, he snapped. There it was, the real Kevin. No polite mask. Then what did you mean? I asked. Stop trying to control everything. Stop acting like the father of the bride. I am the father of the bride. You are not paying anymore, so you get no say. I laughed. Kevin, I paid for 8 months. The venue, the food, the flowers, the band, the photos, the trip, your party, every single line. You think I stopped because I lost a say? Silence. You stopped because you are unstable, he said. Sophia thinks so too. Put her on, I said. She is busy saving her wedding from you. Then she is saving your wedding, I said. Without my money, there is no event. This is crazy, he said. No, this is reality. You wanted no interference. Great, do it without my wallet. Sophia will never forgive you. Maybe not, but she will thank me one day for showing her who you are. I ended the call and powered down the phone. I needed coffee and quiet to sort my thoughts. Kevin was about to get a new lesson, not about flowers or menus, about respect and what it costs when the bill reaches the right person. Desperate people make clear choices, and those choices reveal character. The mountain air felt sharp and clean. I sat on the porch of my cabin watching the sun edge over the ridge. For the first time in months, I felt calm. No vendor calls, no last-minute stress, no bracing for Kevin's next jab, no walking on eggshells with my own child. In his own way, Kevin gave me a gift. He showed his true face early. Now Sophia could see it too. We would learn if she was ready to look. At 10, I powered the phone back on. 43 missed calls, 26 voicemails, 62 texts waiting. First voicemail was Jennifer, the planner, vendors at a canceled site in a panic. Second was Kevin's mother asking if I had lost my mind. Third was my brother-in-law, Tony. He drove down from Virginia for the big day. Stuart, what is going on? He asked. Kevin called saying you blew it all up. He claims you canceled out of spite. That is not you, so tell me first. I called Tony back. He was Carolyn's brother. He's known me 20 years. Tony, it's Stuart, I said. Finally, he said. Tell me about the cancel. Kevin made it sound like you snapped. Did he mention why I ended it? He said you argued about details and you overreacted. He told me the best gift was for me to disappear, so I honored his words and stepped away. Tony went quiet. He never liked Kevin much. He said it the night after rehearsal, cold as ice. And you were paying for all this. Every penny, I said. About $85,000. Son of a, Tony muttered. He understood fast. That was the point. Where is Sophia in this? Trying to save the day. Kevin convinced her I had a breakdown. "What do you want from me?" he asked. "Be there for her when truth lands." This will not end well for Kevin. After Tony, I called Jennifer, the coordinator. "Mr. Patterson, thank goodness," she said. "This is chaos. Vendors are furious. Guests arrive in 3 hours, and the groom is trying to wire money from 3 accounts. None of them has enough." "He's trying to pay?" I asked. "He is trying," she said, "but the numbers do not work. The caterer bill alone is $28,000. He has maybe $6,000 in checking." So he's learning what the dream costs when someone else is not paying. "What about credit cards?" I asked. "Maxed," she said. "He's calling family now, asking to borrow." Good. Pressure shows character. Fast. "Jennifer, this is not on you. I canceled because the groom asked me to remove myself from the family. I'm simply honoring that request." "But the bride," she said. "The bride is about to learn who he is. Let Kevin try to fix his own mess." The next call was an unknown number. Kevin's father. "Mr. Patterson, this is Dale Bryant," he said. "My son says there's a mix-up with payments." "What did he tell you?" I asked. "He says you canceled after an argument, and now he needs help to restore it." "How much help?" "He asked for $60,000, Dale said. "That's a lot to wire in 3 hours." "It is," he said. "That's why I called. Kevin says you could fix this with 1 call, but you refuse, over a family dispute." I said there's no mix-up. I honored his request. He asked me to disappear, so I did, along with my funding. If Kevin wants the event, Kevin can pay for the event.
"Mr. Bryant, your son asked me to disappear from his family. I am a man of my word." Pause. "He asked you to what?" "Disappear. He said it would be the best gift I could give them." "And you knew I was paying every expense?" "Your son knew that when he made the request." Jesus Christ. "Yes, so now he is learning what it costs to marry without the father-in-law he pushed out." Dale Bryant hung up without a word. By noon, the situation had escalated fast. Kevin's funding plan collapsed in public. His credit was maxed. His parents could not wire $60,000 in time. His bachelor party friends stopped answering. Sophia called at 12:30, 2.5 hours before the ceremony. "Dad, I need the truth about something. Always." "Kevin says you canceled the wedding because you wanted control over our marriage. Is that true?" "No, I canceled because Kevin told me to disappear from your family." "He says he never said that." "Of course he did. Sophia, I recorded our conversation." Silence. I had not actually recorded it. But his denial told me all I needed to know. "You recorded him?" she asked. "I learned to protect myself with people who rewrite history to fit their needs." "Can I hear it?" "This was the moment I had to choose between your short-term joy and your long-term safety. I chose your future. Meet me at Murphy's Diner on Independence Boulevard in 30 minutes. Come alone. The wedding is in 2 hours. Sweetheart, there is no wedding. Kevin cannot pay, and I will not fund it. I need you to understand why." Murphy's Diner sat halfway between Charlotte and my cabin. I arrived first and took a corner booth for privacy. Sophia came 20 minutes later, in a robe, hair in curlers, eyes tired. "Dad, I need you to fix this." "I cannot fix it. Kevin broke it, not with one careless line, but with a pattern. He showed me how he sees our family as obstacles to manage until he gets his way." I opened my phone and pulled up notes. I had tracked his behavior for months without meaning to. "Look at this. Every payment, every complaint, every dismissive comment, every upgrade he pushed that he could not afford.
This is what $85,000 of gratitude looks like. Your fiancé took my money for 8 months while resenting my presence." She scrolled. Her face went pale. "I did not know you kept notes." "I was trying to see why the man you love seems to dislike your father." "He does not hate you," she said. "Then why did he ask me to vanish?" She kept reading. "The bachelor party was $4,000, plus flights and hotels," she whispered. "He told his friends you were paying, then called you controlling when you asked the price. He told me you offered to cover it. I offered to fund a simple celebration. He turned it into a luxury weekend and handed me the bill." She set the phone down and looked at me with Caroline's eyes. "What do you want me to do?" "Postpone the wedding until you are sure you are marrying a man who respects your family. People traveled from everywhere. They will understand when they know why." "What if Kevin apologizes?" she asked. "An apology is a start. Respect is the standard. All those guests are here. We can still give them a clear answer. They came for your happiness, not a show. If he wants a future with you, he must show it, not just say it."
Past 12 hours, he denied what he said. "Does that sound like someone who is sorry?" She began to cry. Not gentle tears, but hard sobs. The sound of a woman seeing a mistake. At 2 in the afternoon, St. Peter's Cathedral should have held 200 guests watching my daughter marry the wrong man. Instead, it was confusion. I drove past on my way out. Cars pulled from the lot. Guests stood on the sidewalk in clusters, checking phones and calling friends. Kevin stood at the doors in a tux, waving his arms and pleading. His parents flanked him, looking ashamed. His groomsmen had scattered. I parked across the street and watched the final act unfold. Father Mitchell stepped out in robes, spoke with Kevin for a moment. Kevin's shoulders fell. No payment, no ceremony. The church doors closed. Kevin saw my truck and ran, shoes slipping on hot asphalt. He reached the window, pounding. "You ruined my day," he shouted. I lowered the window halfway. "Your day?" I said. "I thought you could afford it. Was that not what you told your friend?" His face drained of color. Someone had talked. "I never said that," he stammered. "Brandon called me this morning. He asked why I really canceled. You told the group that after the wedding you would never pretend to like me again." His mouth opened and closed. "You also said Sophia felt guilty about her mom, so you let me play planner to keep me busy. Your words, Kevin." "That is not what I meant," he said. "You meant it. You did not mean to get caught." Guests began to watch the scene. His humiliation was complete. "Where is Sophia?" he asked. "Somewhere safe," I said. Thinking about the kind of man who asks her father to vanish while spending his cash. I started the engine. Kevin grabbed the handle. "This is not over," he said. "It is," I said. "Sophia ended it an hour ago." His face crumpled. "What?" "She will not marry a man who lies about her family." I drove away, leaving him in the street. A tux, no vows, and a crowd of canceled dreams. 6 months later, a letter arrived. Sophia had moved to Charleston. She worked at an art gallery. She was seeing a teacher named Michael, a friend from college. She enclosed a photo in a coffee shop, both of them laughing at something off frame. "Dad, I owe you an apology and a thanks. The apology for not seeing sooner. The thanks for loving me enough to lose me for a time to save me for good." She was coming home for Christmas. Michael wanted to meet me. She wrote that he said this: "Any man who asks you to disappear does not deserve your family. I think you will like him." She added a small news clipping from Charlotte. Kevin was arrested for check fraud. He tried to pay for an apartment with a bad check. The job was gone. His parents cut contact after learning how he treated me.
He told people I had a breakdown and canceled out of spite. When the truth came out, most of his friends left too. I folded the letter and placed it in my desk, beside Caroline's ring. One day, when Sophia finds the right man, she will wear it again. That afternoon, my phone rang from an unknown number. I let it go to voicemail, then pressed play. A familiar voice began to speak. The story had one more turn, but this time I was ready because I finally chose respect over peace, and my daughter chose the same. When the right man arrives, we will open the ring box together, and this time it will be our day. A young plumber named James called me. He wanted to buy my shop. He had 3 kids, knew the trade, and treated customers like family. We met for coffee. I liked him right away. Maybe it was time for a new start for both of us. Kevin's demand that I disappear gave me what I needed: clarity to see what mattered and courage to guard it. Kevin and his family faced the fallout. His parents felt the shame when friends learned why the wedding ended. It split them from their son. His work name took a hit as word spread about the bad check and how he treated me. People stopped hiring him in the Charlotte business community. His social circle fell apart when friends saw he had lied about a so-called breakdown. The deposits he could not get back left debt, and each try to start over in a new city hit a wall when background checks showed the fraud arrest. Sometimes the best gift someone gives you is the truth about who they are, shown early enough to walk away in time. That truth saved my daughter and set our family right. It opened the door for a better life and for the kind of love that honors family before it's too late to turn around.